The explosion in Ibadan was raised, and the government sympathized with the victims and the very good people of Oyo State. And currently, investigation is ongoing to find out the real cause of the blast and to see how best we can prevent it happening in the future. After that, there is the issue of environmental protection, as well as mining areas protection and forest protection were discussed. And a committee was set by Mr. President that includes all the security agencies, the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Solid Minerals, to look into all these issues and see how we can provide lasting solution to stop the issues that centers around environmental degradation, both in our forests, in the mining sites, and also the rampant illegal mining and the control of ethics in the mining sector. And that was why the committee was set, to look at the law, the rules, to see where the chain is broken, and to see how it can be fixed.
Did say that the federal government is awaiting the final report, forensic investigation that's gone on or that is still going on. It will be presumptuous and precipitate for the federal government to make any solid pronouncement or categorical pronouncement on this until we have examined all the forensic analysis reports, all the investigations from all the agencies, the security agencies, the Mines Inspectorate Division of the Ministry of Solid Minerals, and the intelligence arms of the various intelligence arms of the security agencies. They are all working around the clock to ensure that there is an authentic and verifiable forensic report to the federal government. Then the federal government will be on a solid platform to make an informed judgment and a categorical statement. Anything before then will be presumptuous, will be precipitate, and could be misleading at the end of the day. This is the exclusive preserve of the federal government because it is in the exclusive legislative list. So the federal government is in charge of licensing. Except the constitution is changed tonight or tomorrow, then we abide by it. But as of today, as we are speaking here, minerals licensing is in the exclusive legislative list, which means the exclusive preserve of the federal government. Now there is the residual list. Everything on the residual list belongs to the states. And there's the third.
Good people of Oyo State, the last 20 hours have seen our dear state thrown into mourning as we lost their lives and properties in a blast that occurred at Bodija. As I stated in a brief release early this morning, preliminary investigations have traced this blast to the storage of explosives by illegal miners at a house on Dejo Oyelese Street, Bodija. Since yesterday, our security agencies, first responders, emergency services, and all other relevant agencies have been working diligently as they carry out search and rescue operations. Just this morning, another individual was recovered alive from the rubble. I want to assure, just like the emergency team members have validated, search and rescue operations will continue until all lives within the vicinity of the blast are accounted for. We are aware that aside from the immediate perimeter of the incident, people as far as 25 kilometers away may have been affected physically or psychologically. We have therefore put the Emergency Operations Center, which is being headed by Professor Temitope Alonge, to coordinate all search and rescue efforts. I would like to appeal to our people to remain calm as we do everything possible to provide succor to everyone concerned. There are numbers that have been provided to reach out to the Emergency Operations Center. I know the 615 is operational, but you have additional numbers: 0704 994 8057 and 0814 767 2009. If you have any information regarding any persons who may still be trapped within that perimeter, please call that number and we will respond to you. Also, let me use this opportunity to appeal to anyone still staying in any of the houses within 250 meters of Ground Zero to move out to government provided accommodation until we check the structural integrity of the buildings in this area. Well, at the same time, unscrupulous elements who may want to take advantage of this disaster to carry out any form of looting should be warned, because I've asked the security agencies to deal decisively with anyone trying to loot. So they've been placed on high alert to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order. We will continue to provide regular updates regarding the actions we are taking through the Emergency Operations Center and our various feedback channels on and off social media. The further update we can provide at this time is that we have information regarding the company that was using that residence to store explosives. Rest assured that all that were involved directly and indirectly in bringing this tragedy upon us will be brought to book. Just as we were about starting this press conference, I received a call from Mr. President. I want to specially thank him. He has approved that the National Emergency Management Authority be on ground, and I can confirm they are already on ground, working with us locally here. And he also gave his condolences, to the people that have lost loved ones in this unfortunate incident. And he's also giving us the assurance that he's with us at this trying period for us. So it's a trying time for all of us, but it is at such times like this that we draw on our strength and resilience to be our brother's keepers. And let us refrain from spreading fake news and disinformation that could potentially cause panic within the populace. CP Owosheni has clarified some of the misinformation going on. I saw on a platform where some people said, oh no, Yoruba land is being invaded and all of that. And these are people who may not even be anywhere near Nigeria, talk less of Oyo State. So let us be mindful of what we say. And I read funnily on a platform also where somebody said, oh, some random people on the street mentioned that they were being asked to pay to receive medical treatment, or they were being asked to pay, to stay in the hotels. Who should they believe? Should they believe the random people, or should they believe myself as the governor and the chief security officer of this state? Yes, that is how low we have sunk as a country, where people, they doubt their leaders. The gap, between the government, the trust deficit, between the government and the people, kept widening. It's a wake-up call, really, for all of us. So once again, I urge all to remain calm as the authorities in Oyo State are on top of the situation. Thank you, and God bless you. Well, thank you, Dapo. Unfortunately, mining is on the exclusive list. It's exclusive to the federal government, but the land through which they carry out that mining activities, and also its impact, is on the state. We commissioned a new road around Ido, and of course mining activities, you have heavy duty trucks, and the road was being spoiled. The environmental impact of mining activities will be borne by the state. So it's a constitutional matter, but just like I said, I received a call from the president just a few minutes ago. That is the starting point. He has also released NEMA, to come and support us. He has given assurance that, look, whatever you need to do to address this issue, please bring it up. So it's not something that we can solve, with a snap of a finger, but we have to keep the engagement going with the federal government and the involvement of the states over certain aspects of mining activities. Those are some of the things that we've been talking about, and I know that at some point we'll get the attention of the people. And remember also, I signed an executive order towards the end of last year to protect the mining communities. So that executive order is in force, and we'll continue to look at what we can do that are within the powers of the states, to address this issue. But it won't be something that you can do without the support, the cooperation of the people, even the local government, and the federal government. I hope everybody will come to the table so that this type of disaster will not reoccur.
Devastating what has happened here, as that the incident that happened yesterday evening. We are saddened by this incident, and rest assured that the whole state's machineries and well-meaning Nigerians, and especially the indigenes of Oyo State, have put efforts together to ensure that, remember, the first thing first is the rescue mission. We have to ensure that the lives are first secured, and then we'll also have to do an assessment of the damages done to the properties of the people living in this area. So we are also appealing to the general population to help out in any way possible, but most importantly to give the agencies that these incidents concern space and allowance for them to do their own work. But we, as the Oyo State House of Assembly, are saddened by this, and this has also geared us even more to ensure that environmental safety precautions are put in place to ensure that situations like this never occur again.
Excuse me, sir. Do you suspect any terrorist activity in this situation?
Well, although investigations are still ongoing, it is not my place to discuss security matters as of this moment. But from what we can see, the people of Oyo State can be rest assured that we don't see the sign of that as of now. But we'll allow the security operatives and the relevant agencies to conclude on the investigation before we make any more comments on that.
security part, I would like to say that almost immediately, within split seconds of the occurrence of the incident, His Excellency gave his instruction, and the instruction was immediately complied with by security. In an emergency situation, the first thing is to save lives, save properties, secured and take over the scene of incident. And that was immediately done. Immediately the blast was recorded. The head of security agencies quickly mobilized to the scene, led by the Commissioner of Police and supported by all the other head of security agencies we have in the state. And since then, the area has been secured. We've made sure that hoodlums who want to leverage on that to perpetrate crimes, to either loot or commit some other havoc, are prevented. And so far, we've not recorded any of such thing. They've also provided security coverage to the emergency medical team that work at the site all throughout, including supporting them in their rescuing operation. Just like His Excellency had mentioned, at about 2:30 a.m. when His Excellency visited the place, it's indicative that some of the document items recovered at the scene point to the fact that it's an explosion. It was an explosion. It's just that the effect of the blast was something that no one would have expected. And we want to use this opportunity to correct misgivings. People have come out to say Boko Haram elements were allowed to invade Oyo State and Ibadan, especially that they dropped a bomb. Incorrect. It is wrong. People have said an helicopter or an aircraft flew over the place and dropped the bomb. It is incorrect. People have said construction sites around that place had used a dynamite. That in the course of that incident happened. It is also not correct. We can say from the security angle that the preliminary evidence that's been gotten is indicative that for some time people must have been storing explosives in that area, and it is not just fresh. It must have been something that had accumulated for a period of time. And of course, His Excellency had always mentioned this: you say something, you say something. We are obligated as a people to make information available, because these things were not just things that are stored last week or 2 weeks ago. Landlords are there. Some people in the area are aware that some people there are storing things there, and they didn't mention, including the landlord that must have owned that house. The security exercise and the support being given to the medical team continues. His Excellency has also given approval for the constitution of an emergency situation management center, which is located at the premises of the Oyo State Housing Corporation. And people have been encouraged to go to the place in order for them to be properly documented. This is in addition to other palliative and supportive measures that His Excellency had put in place, at least to give support to the victims of this incident. The security operatives will continue to manage the safety and security situation and traffic within that axis, and we want to plead with our people to cooperate with the people that are engaged in this disaster management operation. So far, it's still an ongoing operation. Investigation is still ongoing. Bits and pieces of information that I've gotten have been analyzed, and at the end of the day, the state and the security team will submit their report to His Excellency, and will be able to let the whole world know this. But we need to emphasize that this is an accident that has happened. All misgivings and innuendos and lies that are being perpetrated as to whether your state or has been occupied by terrorists or insurgents are not correct. Thank you very much.
Within a space of a few hours of the occurrence between 7 and 8, the news went mobile, and there were a lot of innuendos and insinuations. However, a visit to the site after making a preparatory arrangement at the University College Hospital, we actually had to come to site. Initially, the emergency response of the UCH set up a team of about 40 doctors and about 40 nurses with 25 medical students joining up, and the plan was to find out what was going on. But when we waited for a little while, we were communicating with the Honorable Commissioner for Health, who was at the site, and then we came down to see for ourselves. Your Excellency, the patients that were injured have been taken to various hospitals, including private and the University College Hospital, with various degrees of injury, from abrasions to three patients with life-threatening injuries, one with a flail chest, another one with an acute chest syndrome in an elderly man who had to be taken to the intensive care unit, and also had a chest tube inserted, and a young boy with a head injury was flung across a couple of meters and sustained an injury to his head, but otherwise stable. Your Excellency, up until 2 o'clock in the morning, we visited both the private hospitals and the University College Hospital, and the mandate today, 17th, was to take charge of the site. At 7 a.m., I'm happy to inform you that we took over the site. The bomb squad team of the Nigerian Army, the squad of the Nigerian Police, and the Civil Defense came in with their equipment onto site, and the first thing that was done was actually to take charge of the area of where the explosion was said to have occurred. And reliably, I can inform you that we have a lot of evidences as to what we needed to collate, and all of these are stored, and I'm sure that the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Police, and also the other agencies that were involved will be able to give you a full briefing. Unfortunately, when we commenced the excavation work after condoning of the areas of devastation, we were only able to retrieve one corpse that collapsed, but we used the infrared detector that was brought in by NEMA, and we used 4 sniff dogs to try and detect if we had any survivors under the rubble. We did identify a gentleman who was involved yesterday, but apparently he was found in one of the houses that had not collapsed. Our major concern was that most of the houses, or some of the houses, may not be stable. So he was actually escorted down and resuscitated, and is doing very well. To date, the various hospitals concerned in the management of this patient have sent in reports, and they're all very encouraging. There has been no mortality between yesterday and today. It was only the mortality that was recorded yesterday. And as I speak, the forensic pathologist that we have in the southwest, probably in the southern hemisphere of Nigeria, Dr. Eze, is carrying out a forensic evaluation of the 2 patients that were initially taken to him with full body radiographs and then taking samples, and he's going to do his extensive study on the corpse that was retrieved from the site. Otherwise, the other patients are stable, and we're monitoring their progress so far in the various hospitals. The intention now is to harmonize their locations, to restrict the various hospitals to just 3 private hospitals, and then the University College Hospital, so that we can have a good grip on what things that are being done. We've added onto our team, apart from the doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, and med-lab scientists, we've added clinical psychologists to our team, and they were on ground yesterday to try and assess the psychological well-being of the survivors of this particular unfortunate incident. To date, this is the report.
name is Rescue General Michael Olushola Alamu from United Special Rescue Marshal, Oyo State Command. We heard about this disaster last night between 7 and 8 in the evening. There was a very loud blast. But as at that point, we cannot really locate the exact location until around 10 at night. And ever since then, we have sprung into action. So many people have been rescued already. Some were rescued alive. Some bodies have been recovered as well. Last night, some bodies were recovered. And this morning, about 2 bodies has also been recovered. And we are still in the process of searching. We have been working in the morning, since morning, with all other sister agencies. We've done a lot of scanning. The scan shows us that there is nobody left, no other body left under the rubble. But we are suspecting that there's every possibility there's still a body under the very house that is behind me here. So we have directed the excavator to go there now, and we are presently working on that because the man in question that is in sight now was still making calling for help till like about 12:30 a.m. this morning until the phone went dead. So we are suspecting it's still under the rubble. But we are doing all we can within our capability and capacity to make sure that we are able to recover the body. As you can see, all men are still on site and all hands are still on deck. We are doing everything to make sure that the area is safe. So I want to appreciate God for the synergy that is between all the rescue agencies, and that has really helped us to be able to achieve this kind of result that we have achieved so far. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Also affected the ground, okay, created some fractures, disturbed the ground, affected the density of the ground, the integrity, the strength, the bearing strength of the ground. And that is basically what we are come to do, to carry out this investigation, which using this geophysical equipment is a seismograph that measures these elastic waves that is being generated, how it propagates through the ground. And that can actually give us information on the strength, something like density, elastic constant of the ground. And they are all related to the strength, of the ground in their ability to sustain buildings, and also their integrity in sustaining some other natural things like, borehole and other things. That is exactly why we are carrying out this investigation, so that we could actually tell whether for now it is safe and predict some of the things